Hi guys, today I wanted to do a review and a shave with my Feather DX non-folding commissary style. I don't know how well you can see that. Okay, let's try it that way. There we go. I've got a Feather professional blade inserted. You can see sort of how much blade exposure there is. So I've never used this before. I got it quite a while back. I'm going to say over a year from Chris Bailey. They're very pricey, this one. Eric Schuett was talking about the DX versus the SS. This does not have any sort of a bump to maintain an angle. So it's up to the shaver to position the blade at the angle against their face that's going to be efficient without causing irritation. The SS style has, for lack of a better word, a bump here that helps you maintain the angle. It's actually sort of well designed to take some of the guesswork out of it, and you just rest it against your face and you've got your angle. But I'm going to try this today. This is what I have. Like I said, professional blade inserted. I've got my Edwin Jagger pre-shave lotion that I just love. It's just about out, and I guess they don't make it in the tub anymore, so I'm going to have to get it in sort of a tube. And I've got my Edwin Jagger limes and pomegranate shaving cream, which I love a lot. This is a cream, not a soap. And I've got my Edwin Jagger synthetic brush, which is just super soft. I think I used it in the last video. I really like this brush a lot. It is a rather small knot, but that doesn't bother me. I don't have a lot of area to cover, so that's fine. You can see I'm going to shave my face and head today. So of course, I'm going to use my head blade. I have used a Chevette on my head. There actually is a video with that. Not going to do it today, but more and more I'm leaning in that direction because I use this and then I have to clean up with the Chevette anyway. Back of my neck, right by the ears and stuff. So what I wind up doing is I wind up covering a bunch of ground with the Chevette after the fact to clean up anyway, so maybe I'll just go in that direction at some point, but not today. And then I wanted to really quickly mention, I forgot who it was, but somebody in the Chevette group was talking about this Dreadnought razor, there we go, and how his came and it was scratched. Now you can actually see it here. This thing, I commented that mine sort of doesn't clean up well. It has a lot of staining on it, but I actually looked at it and it is kind of scratched. I don't know if it came that way or if it got that way, but it's a little disappointing because this thing just doesn't shine like it should. And again, it's got some scratching on it, so not too thrilled about that, but I like the way it works well. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to take my shower and then I'm going to shave my head, and I'll be back to do a shave and a review with this Feather DX non-folding style. See you guys in a few. Okay, well, I'm going to give this thing a try. If it doesn't work out well, I'll just use my Dreadnought, but we'll see what happens. Get a little water on my finger so I can get a grip. And give this a go. It's actually not bad. It's a little different, but it's not terrible. I haven't used the Feather in quite a while either. I've been using the folding SS, but I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, I know I'm blocking here, so. And I'm pretty sure this is a Pro blade. I got these from Dave Fernicola when I bought the Feather folding with the wood scales. And they weren't in a package. Well, they were, but then he took them out to count them, and once you take them out, you can't put them back. So I'm pretty sure they were the Pro, but they could have been the Super. I don't know. But this thing, I think I like it. Yep, no question that there's a lot of audio feedback here because I have 2 days growth. But yeah, I think this thing's a winner. Sorry, Eric. You know you wanted to use it, but I said, well, I don't think I'm going to use it. Eric said, send it my way. But I think I'm going to like it. It's very lightweight, but not too light. I like it. It's just maneuverable, you know? And it is different than the SS. That's the biggest thing. I didn't realize about the whole bump thing. I did, but I didn't. And then Eric brought it up again, and now I realize that that makes a huge difference. So I'm going to need to get a DX folding if I want to use the folding. I'm just not getting a good shave with the SS, period. Let me get this other side so you guys can see something here besides the back of my hand. Get a little more alum going on my fingers. Yep, it's a winner. Go up on the neck here. Can't get over what a difference this DX versus the SS. I had just about given up on the feather, but now I have renewed interest in it using the DX. This thing is really nice. Yep, it's New Year's Day, so might go to the movies today, but I'm not sure. I'm probably just going to do a one-pass shave, though. And then I wanted to talk about this, but some talk about new Shavette users and forgiving and versus the straight and all that. I wanted to address that, but I have a hard time talking and shaving, so you're going to have to give me a minute. See, I got a little something going on here, but that's because I was using the camera as a mirror and cut myself. It looks worse than it is, so. Yeah, it's, put a little styptic on there and I'll be done. Well, this thing is a breeze to shave with for me anyway. So I'm pleasantly surprised because I've not used commissary style. I used one once, an actual razor, and I wasn't too happy with it. And part of that is because I just have a hard time with the stropping. And then that makes it even harder when it's the commissary style. So what I'm going to do is put a little styptic on there, get that thing to stop bleeding. And I'll rinse off and have some final comments, but I did want to talk about this Shavette versus this. So, tell you what, I'll be back and we'll finish up. Okay, well, I finished up. Again, with this thing, it's, I think it's about $230 new. It's not cheap. And I don't know how much the folding DX is. I'm sure Eric Short can shed some light on that. but this thing is very maneuverable. It's got good weight to it, and I guess I really like the fact that you're in charge. There's nothing against the edge to try and maintain an angle. You do all the angle maintaining, and I like that a lot. So great shave. I'm going to be using this thing on a regular basis, put it into my rotation for sure. And I really like it. What I wanted to say real fast, people were talking about the Shavette versus the straight, and one's more forgiving than the other. Here are my thoughts on that. A lot of people said that the Shavette has zero forgiveness. Let me do a better zero there. That, you know, it's just unforgiving as can be, and the straight is not so much. My thought is there's something to that. I tend to cut myself with a Shavette early on when I started, not so much now. But what I found with the straight razor was it's a longer blade, depending on the type of razor. Some of the Shavettes have just as long a blade, or almost as long. Whether you get a rounded tip or a pointed tip, or whatever you want to call it on your straight razor, I tend to catch that tip against different areas like my ear. And one of the things is when you're shaving, you're not paying attention to where the edge of the blade is. So I found that that straight razor can bite me just as bad as the Shavette. The other thing with the straight is if you have a well-honed straight that you know has got a good edge on it, you can get one good shave. After that, you have to, at the very least, strop it properly, in my opinion. Unless you have a really fine beard, that edge is going to be wrecked. You won't be able to see it with your eye, but naked eye, you can see it on a magnification level. I don't want to say microscopic necessarily, but it's got to be magnified to see it. That edge is going to be serrated. It's going to be wrecked from going through your beard. So, you know, you get a straight razor, say Whip Dog, very inexpensive, you know it's been honed well. You get a shave, you're brand new, so you get your first shave, you do okay with it. You do the next shave, I'm not saying it's going to be a disaster, but you really need to have good stropping technique down, or else you're going to have to send it out to be honed. And I've seen people send it out to be honed after just a few shaves. So there's something to be said for that. However, the Shavette definitely, as with the straight, does take a lot of effort at first. It's a steep learning curve. So my advice to you, like a lot of people have said, is to start with just, you know, on your dominant hand side, just the cheek, and do that a couple of times. And then eventually you work your way down here. Still not dealing with the chin. Don't even bother with the chin initially. That's the hardest area. And then maybe you'll switch hands and do that cheek on down, or you might even cross over and use the same hand. There's no rule there. Most people tend to change hands and shave with their opposite hand. And one of the things about a Shavette, you can use it without a blade inserted and practice your grip. So that's something to think about as well. And the same thing holds true for a straight razor. If you're going to strop, you need to practice. You can practice with a butter knife on a book. You put some newspaper over it and you can practice. That would be a paddle strop, so you can do that too. I don't want to get too much on the straight razor thing, and I don't want to go too long here, but I did want to say that although a lot of people say the Shavette is very unforgiving and the straight is more forgiving, it's not as black and white, I don't think. So anyway, I went a little long. Thanks for watching. Comments down below. Please like and subscribe, and join my group on Facebook, Shavette World, for more information about Shavettes. We can come and talk about Shavettes without the straight razor people saying, hey, that's garbage, that's crap, you know, try a real razor and things like that. Have a great day. Talk to you guys next time.